Hello. We are almost an hour late because I messed up my save when I was trying to fix things earlier today so that we wouldn't have to redo the army battle on stream. But instead, I had to download an entirely fresh save from a site and convert it and do some stuff with my emulator, which was confusing, but we got it eventually. And then I had to redo the army battle. So now we have somebody else's save. But we did the army battle. So we're here. And I am this close to snapping, so please be gentle with me. I'm not dealing very well with failure and things going wrong, which I talked a little bit about before we shut down, when I realized what was going on and that I was going to have to do some convoluted thing to get it back. So yeah. Stress is real, and like I think I've mentioned a couple of times, this has been an immensely stressful couple of weeks. So I have hit a limit, and I need to make sure that I have my characters in the right formation. So I am putting the characters that I love the most in the front row. How does Pawn have so much health? What did you do, person? Oh, I should probably go get some clothes for Grumio. Hold on. Yeah, well, he's gonna be Joel because it takes every capital letter. So it would have been Tukdol before, but now it's gonna be Mididol. Because it'll have both the M and the D from this McDole, and then Dole, so it'll be Dole. All right, let's. Well, I'm glad to know. I'm glad to know that even somebody else's save, you put the blinking mirror on your hero. Yes, this person named him McDole because it's a non-controversial choice, and you're not gonna find a random save on the internet who names him McNugget. Alright, Rock. Apparently we're gonna have the best of everything. Because this is somebody else's fantastic save. Oh, so, funny story. What went wrong was that I didn't go talk to Sonia before I fought the battle, and then I saved. So I loaded, I had to download this other save, which is like all 108 stars and everything. And it's presumably so you can see the Grumio scene. But I like went charging on them. I was like, wait, no, we haven't done the Sonia scene. So we did that. Not everybody is a fan of calling him Tyr, but if you call him McDole, like his name is McDole. If you talk about McDole, I call him McDole. So, oh man, look at this. They have all the things, so you can go if you want to and give all of these things to everybody. Wow. Yeah, so what I'm talking about, McDole, that's it, importing the names. McNugget, McDole. For anyone who wasn't here for my earliest stream, we were choosing what to name the main character. My sister and I once named him McNugget, and he's never not been at least a little bit McNugget to me. Wait. You don't have any... Oh my god. Rock's inventory is just full of that stuff. I have to go shopping! This person is weird. Yes, if there's no import, then it is McDole. But if you name him McNugget, then it becomes Minindle, because it gets the N from McNugget. Alright, Grumio needs the best gear we can get him. Gremio, put on some clothes, my friend. Oh, Gremio can wear dragon armor. Alright, Gremio. Time for some dragon armor for you. Oh, this is better than what Cleo currently has. Oh, their Cleo isn't decked out fully, is she? Alright, well, this is defense plus 11. Defense plus 13. Guard ring. There we go. That's what we want. We want to put these on everybody. Oh man, yes. Why does she have so many mega medicines? No, somebody else get one of these for her. I question this person. Thanks. Thanks. No, thank you for your help, Chrono. Have a good little break. We will not progress the story without you. I will say, renting... Oh my god, okay. Alright. We're just gonna sharpen everybody. Here you, Celine, yeah. So it would have actually been faster for me to just redo it on stream. Because then you folks would have been like, Lauren, you did it wrong. How on earth is there flick not? No, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. We'll see. We'll see if we're fine. No, but like flick is flick. It's flick. Like, you have to use him in combat a lot. Anyway, he's frequently a required character. Like, Gremio not being fully sharpened or Pawn being not being fully sharpened, I can kind of understand. Although, well, whatever. Axe of the Oath. He's so cool. Gremio, I love you. It's such a cool name. It's a really cool name. There shouldn't be Flick haters. Flick is great. Well, I'm glad that Nick got to learn things about things. Alright. So we now have... Oh, hold on. We need to put the clothing on Gremio that we just... There you go, Gremio. Now you're not naked. How do you feel? Oh, you are low level, my friend. Fortunately, we will... Ha! Okay. I have to admit, I cannot fault them for giving Cleo the flowing rune. That's actually something I might have thought of. Yeah, go ahead, Chrono. If you don't want my, lot is secretly Necklord's daughter and Tengar's half-sister. Oh god, Lauren. Why? I don't know. Like, I was a dramatic young person. Which is a surprise, because it's not like I grew up to be a dramatic adult or anything like that. Do I have to let me put some stuff away with Rock. Okay, hold on. With drop it, drop it. Why do you have a gold necklace? Why do you have a thunder crystal? Why do you have that? Why is that here? Oh, that might be an interesting one. Hold on. She does not need 3 mega medicines. Why does she have 3 mega medicines? Why does she have 3 mega medicines? Why? Why? Oh, and you don't even have... No, oh my god, yeah. Hey, Angry Nerdbird. Okay, hold on. I gotta fix. Cleo. Guard ring is slightly better than that. Flick, why do you have... Man, those are some weird choices. Okay. I don't know. I expected this to be like perfectly, like everything's put away perfectly, but I was wrong. Okay, Cleo, get rid of your wing boots. That's right, right? Right. 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 Bum, bum, ya, da, dum, ya, dum, da, 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 da. Okay, Vinny, how much do you want to know about this game? Are you ever going to play Suikoden? These are important questions. We also, like... why are you wearing... Why? No! Hand over to Gremio. Congratulations, Gremio. Now you can heal. Maybe you should have some Mega Medicine, too. Gremio should have some Mega Medicine. Gremio, how do you feel about having the Mega Medicine? Wait. Cleo, why were you not wearing your wing boots? Where's... I swear... Okay. Okay. Alright, Vinny. Well... So this is a game that I have played before. And I know it quite well, but not well enough to not do dumb things sometimes. So I'm replaying through this series for oh, okay. Drop off. The star earrings. Yes, good. Okay. Oh, so I'm introducing Chrono and whoever else hasn't seen Suikoden to Suikoden, is what we're doing here. Wait, hold on. I need to go save. Saving so that we don't have to do all of this again. Just think, we could have not had this entire... No, it's fine. We could have not had this entire hour spent. I could have just played through it again in like 15-20 minutes and then we would have been fine. Hi, Cistern! But instead, I was like, oh, I'll definitely have time to replay that section. No, I didn't have time, and then I like rushed through it today while I was waiting for something to load for work, so I didn't look at the screen. So... It's okay, Melvin. Yeah, so I would have talked about, I guess I could have talked about something different that wasn't what we saw. Because yeah, since this is not a first playthrough, I talk about story and theme and characters from a different perspective. And I've tried to be very careful to avoid spoiling things for Chrono, although I have definitely indulged in more than a little well, that's certainly never gonna come back again. Oh my god, Vinny, thank you. So we talked about this last time, and if you don't want spoilers, now is probably the time to step out, because this is the final stream, this is the final section, the final area at the very end of the final game. This is not the final game. Look, Chrono. We can't let you know what's gonna happen. No, one of my favorite things here, he means Sylvina. One of my favorite things here is the sound design here. As much as the sound design in this game is still like, we are still learning how to do sound on the PlayStation. Like there's a lot of questionable or awkward decisions with it. When it comes to using sound for storytelling, they understand. Like, as with many things I think in this game, the technicality of it is perhaps not the greatest focus of the game. thank you for giving another subscription. Thank you. Because when it comes to things that are specific to storytelling, though, that is clearly through and through the focus of the game. It's where they, I think, put the majority of their energy into it. So they found a way to make the story and the gameplay components and the world building and the everything work together. So that really comes through here more than anywhere else in the game. That the sound design is reinforcing this like, you have a memory at this point. If you have not, if you have not been streaming this game over a period of months, it's been a little while since you heard this song, but you still remember it clearly. So when you hear the bright, cheerful flute, I don't know, it's very effective. It's very, very, very effective at getting the, like, horror and the loss, the cost, the changes. This is the town, the city where, McDowell grew up. This is his hometown. This is where he lived with his father, who is now dead by his own hand. And so as a player, it comes full circle. But as a character, the fact that your characters are returning to Gregminster at the end of this long journey, that the story ends where it begins, I think a very interesting and circular thing. It's a nice way of, hello. And you appraise some stuff for me, really? Interesting. Okay. Well, that's good to know that, like, business is still going on. I am so excited for Suikoden Chronicles. If I hadn't been, like, really struggling as a freelancer when that came out, I would have spent a lot more on it than I did. But I did, I got the soundtrack. I got the like, bard or minstrel version. If I'd had the money to spare, I would have had my cat Nox immortalized in it. But I did not have the money for that. So, alas. I think just in case you need something. Amazing. This is so interesting. Let's see, how much does he overcharge? Wow. Okay. So here's just stuff that you might need. Because you may not realize that you can leave. I didn't realize that you could leave. Even if you can leave, by the time you're here, you have 2 people you can't remove from your party. So you can't get some of those last few people. Also, you've lost, like, the flag for the 108 stars. But... oh, I love that too, Chrono. I love, Ramus. Oh, look at this! They've got good stuff. Maybe I should have not... Maybe I should have gambled. That's a lot of money. Probably don't need it. I mean, actually no, it's just hats and a shield. Hats and a shield. Hats. Auto recover. I'm sorry. What? Yeah. I love regen stuff. Oh! Oh, it's all regen! What? Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this. You got new armor. You got a new hat. Yeah. You got a new shield. You didn't get anything new. You got a new hat. Yeah. And you also got a new hat. So we're gonna sell some stuff. And then we're gonna buy more hats. Alright, we're gonna buy a hat. Pawn's already got... hold on. Hold on. We're gonna try... No! I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I can do this. Pawn, put the hat on. Okay. Silver hat, silver hat. Silver hat, silver hat. Do I want to sell the Chaos Shield? I mean, it doesn't matter, does it, right? There's no reason to hang on to it. And trade it in for a sweet hat. Sell the blinking mirror. Don't sell the blinking mirror. That's a very bad idea. Alright. I don't know that we'll quite have enough to buy a hat. Do we? Do we have enough to buy the last hat? Okay, cool. Hold on. And then I think I need to buy Cleo a ring because I did something wrong. Alright, Flick gets a hat. The last hat. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Don't think I have enough money for the hat. Oh, I do. Excuse me, the ring. Sorry, Cleo. I forgot to deck you out in better stuff. That's okay. Equip Cleo. There we go. An extra hat container. Okay, now that sounds like something I would expect from Frog Fractions. Okay, so they have all of these essentials here just in case you don't want to leave. You're like, oh shoot, I might as well. Do you know where that was? Do you remember where that was? Do you remember what that was? Did that seem familiar? Did I get it wrong? I don't think I did. Yeah, the Emperor is gonna sit on his butt and wait. Anyway, this right here is the McDole household. I think that's Sonia's place right next door. We do not get to go back inside. I have not played Nier yet. I really want to, and apparently they're remaking it. So, yeah, no, it would be kind of nice to walk in and you can kind of imagine what it might be like to be the McDoles returning to this house. Oh, Sonia's diary? Oh, I thought I tried talking to it and it didn't. Did it lose its clickability? Yeah, I tried. Pawn locked the key inside on his way out. Oops. Look, okay, I love Pawn, but he is definitely not the brains of the family. Yeah, so the fountain isn't going anymore. Everything is abandoned. The people have run away. So, how's that capital city feeling, folks? There's still fish in the water. Yeah, well, I have a PS4, so as long as the Nier games are playable on a PS4, then we can just capture card our way. So you go through the abandoned city and you find this fellow who we've heard mentioned a few times. Fortunately, Victor is here to remind us of things that we might have forgotten. He is a good and honorable man. There are always good and honorable people on the other side. That is a staple of Suikoden. Get used to it. I love Victor. I really do. I think there are people in the world who don't like him, but I love him. And I think that this is a nice little humanizing moment. This sort of moment becomes kind of almost a cliche in this series, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh no, it's cliche. Our characters have feelings and the enemy is not all bad. Gasp. It's good. Everyone has this personal loyalty to the Emperor. So this would be Master Tier if it were my save that I messed up. I'm sorry, sir. Alright, let's see how they've got the group kitted out. What? You don't have Victor with the rune on? What? But... Okay, I know, but it's not the decision that I would have made. How's that? Alright. Electrocute him, Flick! Oh, he probably would have done more damage just hitting. Alright. Sheesh! Maybe I should have leveled up. Leveled him up a little bit. Oh, man. Oh! FGO? I don't know what FGO is. Well, let's see how we do. Item, medicine on... Which one of these should I do? I baked a cake for my birthday. That is correct, Sal. I did bake a cake on Sunday, which was the day before yesterday. It was a return to my baking streams, which I haven't done since 2017, but we are back in business thanks to Tough Stuff being magical and amazing. Sal, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Sal is gifting a bunch of subs. Thank you. No, don't be sorry. Thank you very much. That's very, very sweet of you, and I appreciate it a lot. I should probably put the alert box that I hadn't put on. Goodness. Well, thank you. Look at that. We can put that wherever we want it. Oh, thank you. Sal, thank you so much. Man, I don't remember the dungeons in Suikoden 5 very well. Do I want to use Hell on him? I think I do. Rune. Kindness rain. Water kindness. Whatever it is. I don't know. Oh, Hell? Okay. Never mind. Is it judgment I want? Okay. Yeah, we'll just have to save Grumio somehow. Sorry, Grumio. See how this goes. Judgment. Okay. Oh yeah, it's totally better to just hit with my fist. By my fist, I do mean my sword. No, don't kill my party. I don't want you to kill my party. Why are you killing my party? I know you said you were going to kill my party, but have you considered perhaps not? Oh, 2 does damage. Okay, I was getting it confused between 2 and 3. Which one did damage? Okay. Oh, will it? Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. Sure, let's do it. Because I want Grumio to stay alive. We'll see if he can stay alive here. Okay, so this one does do damage. Probably better. Oh, wait, no, that one's good. Okay, we're just going to keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Yeah, Gremio, please don't die. Yeah, Flick, that's the spirit, my friend. Punch, 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 punch. No, you're gonna kill Gremio again, aren't you? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I should have leveled him up. Well. We're gonna keep doing that because that did some good damage, and you are going to do some curing the rest of the party so that we don't die. He just keeps fireballing me. I really hate being fireballed. I would not be a big fan of that in real life either. I mean, admittedly, I don't think anyone would be like, "Ah, yes, you've set me on fire, rad." But I feel as though I am particularly anti being set on fire. Like, just as a general principle, it's very high on my list of things I don't want. As opposed to everyone else in the world. Okay. Nah. No! He fireballs me. Does he have a limited number of fireballs, or will he just keep fireballing for all eternity? This wouldn't be very much fun. For me. Maybe for him. I don't know. Yes, please don't set me on fire. Item. Medicine. On Flick. Keep him from dying. You attack. You attack. You cast a big bad spell, and you... Yeah. That's my intelligent noise that I make. Man, I actually don't really know very many of the water margin characters. I just know, like, Fusulu, for example, I think is based more closely off of them. Oh no! Can you believe that? No! Don't you dare! You leave Victor alone. There was. It's a strange thing. I have not played Tierkreis. I've thought about playing Tierkreis. Maybe if I tried this and this, and you're going to cure. Okay, all right. What just happened? Oh, Steam is telling me that I'm disconnected. Okay, well, I'm still connected for the rest of you, aren't I? Please don't kill my party. Okay, my party is not dead. Oh, my party is dead. Oh, but I had a sacrificial Pluto on, so I'm okay. Pawn's gonna punch you to death. So much punching. Now the bridge is fine. It can take an infinite number of that. It might have less fireballs. Ah, okay. I forgot to check whether this actually did damage. Well, I'm hoping that I'll be able to leave and heal up. And by heal up, I mean recover my magics after this boss fight, but we'll see. Tuesday is Steam's crash day. I don't know. I clearly don't pay enough attention to these things. Okay, that does do damage. Yeah, I don't really... No! Okay. Fight. 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 I don't know why I didn't do that sooner, but I didn't. Yeah. We might as well. Oh. Oh, I should have. Too bad I didn't Mother Ocean, or I could have gotten that experience with Gremio. We could have seen how many levels he got. Okay, well that was powerful, and I probably should have just been doing that all along, but I forgot to do it. Oops. So here he is. He knows that we are going to have to fight the Emperor to death, too. So he will go ahead, yeah. Have fun, Sal. So he made a decision that we don't agree with, but we have to respect the tenacity and integrity that led him to take that action. Alright, we're just gonna go recover and maybe level up Gremio a little bit. What do you think? Oh, Gremio. Sorry. I know this is very appropriate for me to be singing that. At that tone. Yeah, Sal did a drop by and give gift subscriptions. Words. Stay. Sit. Oh my god, my roommate has a dog. And her dog is very cute and knows all sorts of commands, including high fives. So she was having the dog high five me last night. Okay. So you're saying that we should put a fortune rune on him? Ah, Gremio. Let us go see how things go in the castle. Hell, I feel like I should just have like a compilation video of all the times that I tried and failed to use that staircase. Just like go across like the like dozen or so streams and just have like different Laurens through the ages, trying and failing. How dare. How dare. It's surprisingly common though. I'm trying to remember what the name of this version of the track is. It's something to do with the like the memory of a once beautiful city or something like that. I don't remember for sure. Because I think it's like the Glorious City is the original name. Oh, look at this. Is this a side door? No. Oh, wait. Is there something over here? Oh! That's right. We've got weird camel-y things. I still managed to get stuck. going in loops with that sort of thing, though, even if they have the delay. This one's just particularly rough. I have listened to most, if not all, of the arranged Suikoden albums. Certainly the official ones I know, and I know a number of the unofficial ones as well. Oh, are those cows? I thought those were... No, because they don't have regular horses, or at least if they do, they have other creatures that are not regular horses. Yeah, they ride these other weird things sometimes, so I don't know if they have normal horses, but but yeah, that is where we first met Futch and Black, where if you'll recall, Futch is still around, but his dragon is not. Dragon horses, yes, that's what they're called. Wait. Who's in the talisman? Oh! Oh, okay. Sure, let's do this. Alright. You attack that guy. Well, they're called phantoms, which makes me think that maybe, just maybe, well, because I remember Chris rides around on a horse, but I think that there's other things that aren't horses that they ride around on in some of the locations, so. Bam, bam, bam. Wow. Alright, well, he'll catch up eventually. Give him a few fights. Do you remember this place? Do you remember how impressive it was back in the day? We saw how... Oh, windspun armor. That sounds cool. But nobody can use it. So it's super cool. You can see through the... Like, you can see the reflection. Yeah, I don't have any of the heavy armor users in my party right now. Oh, that's cool. For save transfer to 2, okay. Yes, Humphrey is amazing, and everybody should love Humphrey. Ekidana. We're gonna unite against her. That sounds like a good idea. At least I assume it's a her. I assume it's a monster girl. Oh, internet. Hey, Dover! Thank you for joining us. Is the Ekidana really hard? I clearly don't remember. Looks like it's like all ready to run up on you. Dover, you missed me utterly failing at everything. I don't know if I'm gonna do the door trick though, Seelan. I assume that's what you're talking about. Oh, did you see he just got 7 levels? Very nice. Oh, for some reason I thought... Well, no, what happened over is that I did my save wrong, and so I wound up having to get another save. So we have somebody else's save that we're playing off of right now, and it still took me like an hour to set things up, which is why we are only here an hour and a half past when I normally would start streaming. That's okay. Oh, Nick, thanks. Okay, I don't remember that. Clearly. Alright, Imperial Guards. I'm gonna take you out. Yes, so clearly I'm sure it was like... oh, you know what? We need to stall for time so that Dover can make it in time for this. Oh, shin guards instead of shorts, huh? Yay, Gremio! I love the leveling system here. It's really the only way they could possibly have gone. Do you remember this place? Does this seem familiar, friends? And mostly I'm saying this to Chrono because he is the one who has not seen this game before. I think it's such a fascinating story decision. I mean, it's simple in a way that you come back where you start. Oof. Uh-oh. They're gonna take that guy out. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Fight. Attack. No. Unite against this guy. And you're all gonna take out this guy. But like it's a simple thing to be like we return to where we started. But the way that it's done here is so effective. It really turns it on its head, and when you think about kind of your understanding, because the game starts off with you having a very narrow understanding of the world, and your character has a very narrow understanding of the world. And it's not the same as Tidus stepping into another world where literally everything is new and it is being explained to him and to you at the same time. Although what he knows also is not known to you, but then he winds up having to explain what he knows to other members of the party, so it kind of gets covered. In this game, you, partly because the very beginning of it is, you know, it's a thing we've seen before. We can understand, you know, the great general's son is now joining the military in his father's footsteps and gets sent on his first mission. Like, this is very, I don't necessarily want to say tropish or formulaic, but it's a well-worn plot path. So that in itself is very easy to follow. You know, they do a good job of giving you, through dialogue that doesn't feel forced and doesn't feel like what we might refer to as you know, Bob, where characters are saying things out loud that they would know and they would have no reason to say the way they say them for the benefit of the audience. They don't do that. They have a much smoother way of conveying information here. Oh, interesting, Argatham. I don't know that I've ever done that. But so they do a good job of giving you things that are concrete and easy to understand. And largely, like, Suikoden, because it's such a concrete, like, human story, they're largely, the Suikoden games are fairly easy to follow plot-wise. Like, we can understand, it turns out the Empire is corrupt and petty people are rising in its ranks and abusing civilians, and the Emperor isn't putting a stop to it. It's easy to understand. And the way it gets introduced a little bit at a time, like, they don't really waste a lot of time pretending that the Empire is good, and that Imperial soldiers are good, because, I mean, consider who some of the first ones that you meet are. They set it up so well, and again, there's a simplicity to it in a way, because they're not trying to reinvent the wheel as far as, like, these are scenarios that you could imagine being real, with people you could imagine being real. But so when you first come here, you boot up the game and you come here, you don't know anything about the world that Suikoden takes place in. This is the only Suikoden game that the first time you sit down and play this game, they assume you do not know anything about the world. And again, like, you grab hold of it very quickly, the basics. But then you come to know, and your understanding of the world, and even, like, I mean, Suikoden 1 has a very small world. There's other countries that those of us who know the rest of the series have talked about a fair bit. And we've even had, you know, our immediate neighbors to the north. Like, we've had some altercations there and talked about, like, the recent history of that. I have bubble tea. Sorry. I forgot that I'd have to chew the bubbles. Taro. The best flavor of bubble tea. I'm glad Melvin and I are on the same page. But, like, I feel as though Suikoden 1 has perhaps the narrowest world of, really, what is an RPG that has such a small region? What other games like this take place in a single country and you never set foot outside of that country? Except traveling through space-time thanks to the Star Dragon Sword, which is a weird decision, so we'll just kind of overlook it. Because other than that, we basically remain within the Scarlet Moon Empire for the entirety of the game, and it's a very, very small scope. Which means that they're actually able to dig fully into fleshing out that country. And it never feels like claustrophobically small. And the conflict largely... no, this is one country. This is the Scarlet Moon Empire. This is... Like, we have not set foot outside of the Scarlet Moon Empire. And, like, there is a world that is outside of the scope of the Scarlet Moon Empire. Because it's a thing, in Mother 3 is kind of weird in that regard because of the... It's weird that way. But it's really not very common at all. And I find it absolutely fascinating. Okay, so Final Fantasy Tactics, then. It's just a country. Alright, I'll take that. I haven't played... Like, I've watched people play through Tactics. I've thought about playing through Tactics myself, but I don't know it very well. Red Sky, thank you for following. This game has one of the smallest focal regions in any game, any serious game that I've ever played, and yet it manages to have a remarkable amount of depth and power in its story, which I think is fantastic. I mean, that's incredible. You don't have to make something be the scope of the entire universe to be powerful. I think too many stories feel like you have to go like Dragon Ball Z style of like it's more intense, but this one is more intense, this one is bigger, this one is more powerful, and it's like that's not the point here. It's intimate, you know. The final boss, the Emperor, is Dad's friend, you know. All of the generals that we faced, who are largely the bosses of the game, are Dad's co-workers. Bye, Seelan. Thank you for joining. Perhaps we will see you around next week for Suikoden 2. But yeah, I think that the temptation often is to make something as big as possible. And I think Suikoden 1 is proof that it doesn't need to be big to be powerful, and that there is a certain power to something being smaller. That said, to kind of go back to the point that set me down this topic, when you return to this area, because it is very specific and very intentional that we are walking. It's not just that we're in Gregminster and we started in Gregminster. It's that we are going through the first rooms that we visit in the game and reflecting on what has changed. And what has changed, obviously, is like, you know, the Imperials are losing. We are going to go defeat the Emperor. Our army has won. Like, we've all but won the war. But change is not strictly external, it's also internal. And so as you come through here, you can't help but reflect on what in game time has been several years now of being the, you know, young, possibly a little, possibly a little, like, you know, nervous, hoping to make a good impression, worried about living up to his father's, like, filling his father's boots, like, living up to his father's reputation, like, whatever, however, like, you have this younger, more sheltered, teenage boy who comes here fresh-faced, ready to make his father proud and join the Emperor. Now we return several years later, having lost everything that we had here. Like, everything that was his life that he loved is now gone. Also worth remembering is, again, your first time playing through this game, most likely the only surviving member of the McDole household, other than young Master McDole, is Cleo. Most likely, playing through this game the first time, Pawn is dead, Gremio is dead, Ted is dead, and your father is dead. So you return here with only one person who was with you at the beginning. So your entire household is gone, you know? And so you can't help but feel the loss and feel the change, and also think to yourself, you know, I was so young and naive then. I didn't know anything. I didn't understand anything. All these terrible things were happening, and I had no idea. And it was that fateful day of joining the Imperial Army and being sent on that mission that then let me see beyond the sheltered walls of my home, as a, you know, as a noble son, like in the spotless, pristine, protected capital city. I begin to see the actual horrors of the world around me, and everything that I thought to be true is crumbling. And now I am getting caught in events, and swept up in taking out the corruption and evil that I can now see. It's such a satisfying circular story, and that now we're back here so we can truly reflect, reflect, because the floor is reflective. No, we can truly reflect on, just how much has changed, and how much we've changed, and how much we as players have come to better understand the world that we're in. Oh, that guy's really big. I guess he's a colossus. Huh. Well. I think I'm gonna take him out. Take him out. Bubble tea time. My roommate and I had sushi for dinner because we've been watching the volleyball anime and it made us want to eat Japanese food, so we got sushi and they had bubble tea, so I got bubble tea with mine, which probably means I'm going to be too caffeinated for the rest of the night. Well, it's mostly like, I mean that commanding officer and such, that's when things have already started falling apart. But it's earlier than that, because it's very quick. Like, they don't waste your time pretending. They don't waste your time pretending that things are totally fine in the Empire. Which I really like. Melvin, have fun watching or playing hockey. I assume it's watching because right now is not a time for sportsing. Yeah, and I love the decision to immediately dive into that reveal of things, because there's no reason it doesn't need to be a surprise. Like, again, they're building on and even before you get to Rockland, you kind of have a sense that these are some crummy people, and you're like, well, maybe these are just, maybe I just got assigned to some crummy people. But then you get to Rockland and you're like, oh yeah, things are profoundly not right here. But what was I saying? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh good, I can let these guys go. Again, Suikoden does have tropes, which I feel it uses very well. And so, like, the corrupt empire, like, it's very easily understood. And I like that, because what makes Suikoden 1 powerful is not that you've never seen its story before. It's, what it does within that story. It's the depths that it goes to, and the characterization and the humanity of the events, how people respond to them. All right, blue glass, we'll do that. Oh. Alright, we're gonna do that. Because we can just let the enemies go, so we're fine. Also, I like how you feel... Sorry. You feel the inevitability of your victory here. You know, like, the city is abandoned, the halls are empty, there are a few soldiers who are still trying to fight, but you can just tear through them like it's nothing. Like, I love the thought, like, the image of letting them go here, where, like, they come up on you and you're just like, don't throw your lives away and let them go. Like, it's just... I think it's very effective. And yet we still have to fight to the end, you know? It's not like Barbarossa comes out and says, all right, I give up. You win. Off with my head. You know? Ah! Buttons! It's so good and so well done. It would be nice if he did that, but at the same time, wouldn't it have been nice if a number of people had perhaps realized that they were losing? And perhaps they should have given up instead of making us fight them to the death. And yet, the old guard here refuses to do so, even if they know that they're in the wrong and that they have no chance of winning. You know? Like, that's a recurring issue. Even with Sanchez, that's part of his thing. That, basically, they are old and they have this loyalty and they're not going to forsake that. But then, I mean, think about it. Think about it. Say you have somebody who's been one of your closest friends for, you know, maybe a couple of decades, and you worked together, put your lives on the line for something that you believed in to make the world a better place. Like, if you think about that a little bit, you know? Sorry, Pawn. Wait. Actually, I think I'm gonna kick Cleo out because I think she's the one who doesn't have it. Admit to party. Watch Cleo have been the one who's holding it. I don't think she is, though. Pawn was holding it, really? Okay, that's what I thought. Where? Wait, are they alphabetical? No, they're not, because R is definitely not before M. There he is. Humphrey. Humphrey. Okay, hold on. Item, pawn, give the armor to, hand over to Humphrey. Okay, and then Humphrey is going to equip it. Yes. That would be so nice to have it be faster. Alright. Okay. Yes. Change. We're going to eject Humphrey. And we're going to admit Ms. Cleo. Thank you, Cleo. Alright. Wolfbender, yeah. Sal came through and gave a bunch of gift subs and then disappeared to go give Brenneman a hard time. Only slightly slower than Stallion, my goodness. That is intense. Because Stallion's whole thing is that he's fast. He would be very sad. I mean, he also has a really big nose, but I don't think that he considers that a defining attribute of his. I have a big nose. But not as big as Stallion's. Stallion versus Sonic. Go! New. It's a great. I totally make sound effects while. I make sound effects while driving cars, real cars. I make great sound effects. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Alright, well I have an entire colony of bubble tea bubbles that I will need to consume at a time that I do not worry about making ridiculous faces in front of people. Because I will make ridiculous faces in front of you folks. Don't get me wrong. But perhaps not like the Oh, man. Man, look at this. You see? Oh. I have to fight you guys, do I? Why do I have to fight you now? Well, whatever. Well, we're gonna kill the Colossus, don't worry. It's very hard to look or sound dignified with bubble tea. Yeah! Bam, bam, bam! Alright, maybe that's... Oh, we got a power ring. Is that better? No. Well. That's fine. It's fine. So you notice he is not on his throne waiting for us. Where do you think he is? Chrono. If you're thinking on it, where do you think he is? Where do you think we're gonna find him? Chrono thinks that he's run off to use the little Emperor's room. Let's find out. I guess I have to fight the guards. Notice that these guards are plural. Bam! Yeah. Wait, did Victor just hit twice? I think he did. I mean, he tried to. Victor, you're pretty great, you know that? You're a good dude and a useful party member. Oh, does he have a double beat rune? Oh, that's why he... Okay, fair. Double beat runes are really good. I didn't see that he had a double beat rune. I probably should have. Why is the one in the back row using a shield, but the ones in the front row aren't using a shield? You know, whatever. It just, you would normally want to have a shield if you're in the front, right? If you're the back row, you don't need to have such high defense because the ones in the front row are protecting you. Man, yeah. Oh. All right, everybody. Go for it. Blam, blam. Hold on, let me close that so that it doesn't make noise while we're streaming. It's not supposed to give me updates, but yeah. Victor is a little low. Who has... You got some medicine to spare. You've got some medicine to spare. Victor, you could medicine yourself. There we go. I think we're pretty close. I mean, we can also just, like... We could fight all of these guys that are required and then walk our way out and let everyone else go and then walk our way back in and let everyone else go. We can do that if you folks want to. What? What? Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Go fortify yourself with a snack. We'll take care of this. So I gotta get, oh, maybe I'll buy some more medicines while I'm at it. Yeah, God, the double beat rune is really good. Yeah, go Flick, go! Alright, everybody, just smack them. Bum, bum, bum. I love that, like, Chrono requests that I yammer. He knows that I can yammer. Alright. There we go. I think this is the last set of these guys. No, he's not. I would have chosen to do the runes a little differently. I did choose to do the runes a little differently. But, you know... They don't care. Alright. Those of you who require a snack for the energy to beat this game, now would be the time to go get that snack. And then come back and tell me what snacking you're snacking on. I like snacks. Yeah, look at you, Victor. He's so good. Except when he's not, but it's okay because I love him anyway. Oh, I forgot that I have regen equipped. So good. So good. What are you snacking on, my friend? Do not snack on my friend, by the way. My friend is not for snacking. Extra salty pretzels. Mmm. Strawberry fruit. Oh, I love those things. I love those things. I don't even know if I should be. Okay. Bum, bum, apples are good. Apples are really good dipped in peanut butter. I'm a Gala apple fan. Although I had, what are they? No! What are they? There was another, jazz apple? No. I can't remember what it was, but it was super fragrant and I baked with it well, which was really exciting. Oh, whatever. Just whack them. Oh no, Blues, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm a big fan of apples myself. I'm a simple girl. I like Gala apples. I know they're like the most generic apples to like. Okay. So I think that this will take us there. So how come this guy, whatever, everybody else just hit him. Just hit him. There are foods that are generally like commonly considered to be allergens or sensitive things. Yeah, I figure Project Beans. Oh man, I want to know what the Bean Project is. What is the Bean Project, friend? Okay. How come one guy was not a let go, but two guys was a let go? I don't think this game's logic is making sense to me. We're gonna just go back and get ourselves healed up. Roy Sebastian. Oh, you've left comments on YouTube, haven't you? Because you said something and I was like, oh, Roy. Roy is the name of a character from Suikoden 5. I guess one of the Tinto endings of that game. Nobody explain what that means to Chrono because he has not seen the series yet. I really want to do... So I'm going to be able to focus more energy on music and streaming and things in about a month or so. I guess, Chrono. Did you not think I was going to do that? I said I would, and then I did it. What about this is a surprise? Okay, some things remain constant with me as a streamer. Much has changed. But I am still the person, not that you saw me streaming it, but I am still the person who teleported all the way back to Suelo on Caminite on Palma to get my free heal in Phantasy Star 1. So this game is from the PlayStation era, so it's from one console after what Earthbound was. Not quite the same as Mother 3, but it is a role-playing game from sort of the same era. Let's go buy healing items. How does that sound? Just gonna walk all the way through the entire game. Hello, Chandler. Sell me some healing items, please. I keep losing my voice or almost losing my voice. I don't like that. Flick. What else do you have? Why do you have a gold necklace, Flick? Why does he have a gold necklace? Why do you have a gold necklace, Flick? Nobody in the party can use it. Is there a reason why Flick is holding it? Or should I go give it to Rock? I know Roy from Suikoden 5 because I played the entire Suikoden series several years ago. Power ring. Is there a reason why I have the power ring? Is that good? Should I give that to somebody? Item, power ring. Hand over. Oh no, it's not good. Go away, power ring. Nobody likes you, power ring. Alright, we're gonna go buy a couple more healing items just because... Why not, right? Why not? Why not? We are fully sharpened, so we're not gonna be using our money on anything else. We've got max gear, and are in the final dungeon, so it's not like we're gonna need to fill our inventory with anything else. So let's just like... Oh, I did it wrong. Nah! I'm very good at finding my way around things. Just wait until you see me in the headquarters of Suikoden 2. I will absolutely never get lost. And only ever get exactly where I'm trying to go. The first time, always. I don't think I'm going to need this much medicine. But I've got it if I want it. So what else am I going to do with that? I don't want to have to do any of that again. So we're going to save once more with feeling. Where does that come from anyway? What is the origin? The original origin. The very first beginning origin of once more with feeling. I was joking about how I was going to absolutely find everything because I'm going to get lost. I get lost in all of the headquarters, every single one of them. Oh, is that the musical episode of Buffy? I don't think they made it. I don't think they made it up though. I think that it predated that. I think that is referencing something. And I don't know where that went to. All right. So, we are in fact going to walk right back. Kroner, did you get your snack? And if so, what snack did you get? You got an apple because you mentioned apples? Apple with honey. Ooh. Kroner doesn't need peanut butter. He's got honey. I don't know that I've ever just like put honey on an apple. Oh, I have to fight you? I don't want to fight you. Why are you here? Well, whatever. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it go away. Go away, bad guy. Go away. Fortunately, I have the magic of bye-bye. So, hi, Mrs. Chrono. Okay, so there's a play from 1958. Luz is investigating this for us. Doing some serious research. I appreciate it. They're not allowed to do that. Like, I understand like the concept of it, but I wonder like if it originated, like is it like a Shakespearean thing? You know, because like I could see it being something Shakespearean. Personally. but I don't know. Like, is that something that Hamlet instructs the players? As I did speak it to you triplingly on the tongue? Or however that line goes. God, Hamlet is so well written. I really thought that Shakespeare was... It's gonna sound really dumb. When I was younger, I thought that Shakespeare was overhyped and made out to be much better than he was, and that he was just fine, but not great. And then I read Hamlet. Everything changed. I was like, oh, this is really good. Oh, Oddity. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Oddity. I'm interested in it as a game. Games that are inspired by Earthbound can be very good, depending on if they understand what made Earthbound so good. Am I doing this wrong? No, I'm doing this right. Okay. And also if they want to make their own story. If they just got out of Earthbound, oh, it's kooky and funny and weird. I don't think that is such a good thing. That is exactly what I was thinking, Chrono. How could you have read my mind like that? I have seen Hamlet performed. In fact, the university that I worked at in Austin, they put on a production of Hamlet that was really quite good. And I've seen it performed at other times too, I think, but that's the only one that comes to mind. I feel like Yeek is about as much as that game deserves as far as respect goes. Oops. Did I just disrespect someone? I did disrespect someone. I do that sometimes. I can be disrespectful. Can you believe it? Sorry. Just making sure nothing blew up. I saw my phone went. We're about to get levels. Alright. Oh, interesting. Alright. Oh, okay, well there were some other guys. Don't I have a kill everybody instantly move? I think I do. Isn't that what hell is? Hell is other people. Goodbye. Oh my god, there was a movie that I watched recently that kept quoting that. That was a really, really, really good, movie. It's like a Netflix original movie that's super queer. It's called The Half of It, and it was really, really good. My roommate was like, okay, you need to watch this, and she was right. Okay. Wow, they really did like up the number of guys here, didn't they? Because I think you're supposed to just wipe them out to hell. Mother 4, the Oddity game, now that it's an original game instead of Mother 4, they're going to be able to sell it commercially, right? So I guess that it could be on Switch. When is it coming? Do we know? This is almost definitely they expect you to use hell here. I remember playing Y2K, a demo at either PAX or it would have been PAX. One of the PAXs that my band played at. And I was all excited because I was like, oh cool, it's got like little like mini games. So the combat's inspired by Earthbound. This sounds great. And I was just like, this is one of the worst gaming experiences I've ever had. There have only really been 2 times that I've played game demos at events like that and been like, well, I don't know what to do here. How do I politely get away? Y2K was one of them. And the other one, tragically, was That Dragon Cancer. which is a great idea. That was one of the worst executions I've ever seen in a video game. And I did finally play the finished version of the game and was like, oh, right, this is why because, like, it's such a, like, powerful and personally important thing, and then it's just one of the, like, literally one of the worst made games. Like, if it had been a game jam game produced by students, I would think that it was good. But no, it could have been a game. It would have been fine as that being an interactive experience, you know? Like, Gone Home is a game. It's an interactive experience. And I think that you could have done something really interesting. And what they were trying to do with that dragon cancer was really cool. But the execution of it was just terrible. It was really badly made. Yeah, Y2K, on the other hand, does things that I feel are, like, actively, like, destructive and harmful. So it's, like, badly made, and just kind of a toxic thing. Oh, I'm all out of hell, aren't I? Do I have to actually fight these guys? Sorry. I suppose I can at least deadly fingertips one of these guys. Oh, Nox. Will having more guys be focused in trying to defend the Emperor? Like, there's a greater concentration of soldiers out here as we get closer to where the Emperor is presumably hiding. Yeah, exactly what Lost Wanderer is saying there. I don't know what I said that was gross, but but I do like that you feel as though this is his dedicated guard defending him to the last. Horned helmet, who's gonna wear that? Nobody is, that's who. Okay, that looks like where we're supposed to go, so let's not go there just yet. Not that I'm really expecting there to be anything. Wait. This looks like where we're supposed to go. Never mind. Right? Oh no, this is just a treasure room and a save point. Okay. Power ring. Do we care about the power ring? Who has the power ring? You have the power ring. Nope, we don't care about it. Sorry, game. We don't care about the power ring. Alright. Gregman. Okay. Alright. So we're very, very, very close to the very, 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 very end of this game. I know that other games, there are other games that don't pull their punches. It never feels to me like the Suikoden series, certainly not Suikoden 1, is gratuitous when it has terrible things happen. No character has plot armor too thick to protect them. Like, you can't be like, oh, well, this character is blah, so there's no way the game would kill them. Like, Nobody is safe in a Suikoden game, but it's not like a George R.R. Martin thing. And granted, I haven't read or watched George R.R. Martin firsthand, but I'm familiar with the cultural understanding where he just kills off characters a lot, and Suikoden doesn't do that to be mean. They're just not afraid to have bad things happen, and I think as a storyteller, I need to draw inspiration from that, because there is a fear sometimes of, well, I couldn't actually go all the way with that. There can't actually, like, those can't be the consequences. That's too bad. And like, yeah, you can set limits of how bad you're willing to let things get for your characters, but I think that it's really powerful and effective that things have consequences. People die, tragedy happens. Sometimes it's completely avoidable or completely like petty, obnoxious. It's not always glorious or grand. Well, are we ready, folks? I think I'm close enough. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read them. Alright. Like, it feels wasteful for like a... No, I don't think that storytelling without consequences is toxic. I just think that there's a time and a place for it, and it's not everywhere. It also depends on how you define consequences. Oh, actually, never mind. I thought we were closer than we were. I guess they want you to feel the dread. Walking this long hall. Long, long, long haul. Thank you, Roy. Take care. Yes, so you were in fact correct, Chrono. Because we do, like, it's significant. It's good that, like, just as this game, as returning to Gregminster is effective and powerful because we've been there before, and walking through the castle is effective and powerful because we've been there before, we have recent associations with the garden here. So it makes sense for this to be a location. That we see the garden, we realize it's the garden, we're filled with dread, remembering what happened the last time we were in the garden, but also how humanized Barbarossa himself was in the garden. So here we have all of his weird fancy plants, because he has these weird fancy plants, and here he is. Here is the Emperor himself, who has retreated to his garden, the one place that brings him peace and happiness, to await his death. Because even if he defeats me, his army has lost. His generals have all left his side, whether they've actively joined mine or not. Like, his empire is destroyed, and he waits for his death here. And yes, it is windy up here. I'm sure that is not an accident. And then the game drives home what I just said. Thank you, game. I'm glad you're here to back me up. So this is a Suikoden specific trope. The bad guys always, you never just fight, okay, you never always, whether you fight the final dude or not, you always fight some rune embodiment thing of his sword or weapon or whatever. It's just a thing. You'll fight him, I think, but then does he turn into, yes, okay. So this right here, where we're fighting the Golden Hydra, there's, I think every single one of them has this as a final boss. Not the Hydra itself, but this is the way Suikoden final bosses go. So if you fight just a random dude, you can be like, this is not the final boss. Alright, so we're probably not going to be able to bribe the Golden Hydra to leave us alone. So, do I want to do the boar rune on it? Or do I want to keep doing my unite attack? Like I could have gone for the most like optimized and effective final party, but I had to have the McDole household. So that's what we're doing. Funkle Silkskin is not impressed. Oh, those are the rune icons, aren't they? Oh wow, you're absolutely right. It's the water rune that's standing underneath, or that's underneath Flick. And it's fire underneath the health box. Lightning is the one on the on the right side of the screen there. We can see that one. I don't know. I don't know. Right? Right. I mean, there weren't a lot of RPGs on the PS1 before Final Fantasy VII came out. There was Beyond the Beyond, which was awful. There was this, which was outstanding. And then there was 7, which I did not like very much, as has been documented very clearly on this channel. Do I want to use Judgment? I don't know if I want to use Judgment yet, because I don't remember what its thing is. So I want to see if it's like, oh, actually, you want to go after just this one or do this one thing. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, then I'll do Judgment. It's like second round. Fog of Deception, does that do anything? Let's do it. Does the Mother Earth rune that doesn't do anything? Although Judgment attacks them all, right? So it shouldn't. Yeah, see, so that's the same rune that was by where Flick was standing. Okay. Okay, so the one in the middle is. Yeah! Look at that slow down. Holy crap, party members. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I can't even see what just happened to my party. Victor is so cool. He lags the game. Indeed. Okay, so far we're doing pretty well. McDole could use a little bit of healing, but that's not so bad, actually. Okay, Pawn, speaking of, why don't you heal McDole? Because what else are you going to do with your turn? Nothing, that's what. Rainstorm seemed pretty effective. Let's just use Judgment, right? I've got 3 Judgments. Oh, it is single target. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna hold off until we know which one we want to absolutely kill dead. Or I could just focus on just killing one straight off the bat. I don't know. Oh, right, that doesn't do very much. I need to remember not... Remind me not to use Flick's group magic. Okay, this isn't good. Oh, no! That's not good. But we have a flowing rune equipped. Thank goodness we have a flowing rune equipped. Okay. Well, it's not healing. So... I feel like this is the one that's closest to dying. But I could be wrong. What happens if I do this? Fatal VTuber. Thank you for following. The one on the right? Oh, I thought it was the one on the left that was taking the most damage. Okay, hold on. I am having a good stream. Yeah, I hadn't played this in ages either. But I'm... Alright. Okay. I thought the one that had taken the most damage was the one on the far side of the screen instead of the one that's next to the name box. But I'm totally willing to be wrong. It is not the one in the center, so it is either the one on the end of the screen or the one by the name box. Which one should I go after? It sounds like, Nick, it sounds like you're saying that the one next to the name box? Yeah. Far side of the screen should be priority 1? Okay. Okay. But we want the one that's on the far side of the screen. Meaning the one that's on our left. Right? Okay, yeah, Waterhead. That's definitely what we want. So it's this one. This is the one we want. This is Waterhead. It's his official name. Oh, I'm gonna go after you with that. Gosh, it's been... So, Fatal VTuber, the context here is I usually do first playthroughs of games on stream, but I've been introducing my stream to some of my favorite games, and Suikoden series is one of them, so even though this is not a first playthrough, some of the people in attendance have never seen this game, so we are giving them a fresh experience, and the rest of us are talking a lot about characters and themes and stories and things like that. And you are going to use Water of Kindness. Yay! Oh yeah, no, it absolutely is. The Suikoden series is very near and dear to my heart. My sister and I ran a play-by-chapter game back in the day when we were like young teenagers for Suikoden 1. Yeah. God, I love Victor's like lagging the game. Amazing. Yeah, I hate Drops of Jupiter too. Drops of Kindness is much better. Okay, so that's the Firehead. Got it. Well, Cleo will be busy with that. Yeah, and like I like walked down the aisle to Suikoden music back when I was married, and played in a game, tabletop RPG based on yeah, well, just it's a question of which one winds up doing more damage overall. Hold on. Do I want to use my other judgment on it? I don't think I do. I don't know if this is necessary. I think medicine. Mega medicine on Gremio might be better. I probably shouldn't be cheap with my healing, should I? Okay. I have been talked into judgmenting that one. Attack that one. And I have 11 basically full heals. So we're gonna do this. Okay. Let's see if this does anything. I forgot if it did. I should probably have checked that. Yeah! Oh my god. This slowdown is amazing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, look at this fancy schmancy 3 magic technique thing, whatever's. Okay. So I don't actually know if the Unite attack is better or worse than using the Boar rune. I feel like using Judgment would be overkill at this point. And maybe that's wrong of me, but we're gonna do Mega Medicine on Gremio. Alright, Grem. I don't know. He's Grem now. Yeah! God, the double beat rune is so good. Okay. So Judgment would have been overkill there. Okay. So I don't remember. Is this one where if I kill the top one, does the one in the middle replenish the other two? This isn't one of those, right? 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 Actually, I think we can attack with her. Man, these sound effects are so incredibly nostalgic for me. Like I've had such deep love for this game for so long. Oh, he already. Okay, I guess actually, yeah. Oh, jeez, that's not good. Yeah, no, this game was incredible when it came out. It's still pretty incredible. Like you can, but like the magic attacks, the magic effects were always a little bit silly. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. So I might as well use that. Hold on. I'm gonna heal everybody. So I'm having a hard time trying to think through what I'm doing here. But you know, this particular fight, like, so the magic effects were always kind of goofy, but this fight was super cool. Because it's on a scope that they couldn't do so well in the Super Nintendo days. Goodness. Nice of their heads to lean forward so that, Victor. It did, but it wasn't quite this cool. Okay. Do I need to heal the whole party here? I don't think I do. But I also am stingier than I think I need to be. Yeah, let's see. I think Gremio could use it too. I don't want anyone else. You know, whatever. We've got 9 of these. We'll be okay. We'll manage. Plus Mother Ocean. Yeah, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I don't know. Automod's been having a time of it. Okay, well this isn't gonna work, but that's okay. That's fine. We're all good. Blue lightning flick. We'll just use his sword instead. Okay, now we're just gonna... Oh, boy. Okay, well, that could have been worse. Okay. Unite on that guy. Are you making a Shadowrun reference? Judgment. Alright, so we've got, like, a bunch of Warhammer. Okay. Okay. I just... Orcs, okay? I know Shadowrun. Oh, that is really sad. Okay, well, I did not know that. Now we know. Okay. Zap. Question is, will we be able to take it out in... Yeah. No, that's not gonna work, okay? Oh, that's awful. Okay, well, if I see somebody saying that in a context that isn't, for example, Breath of Fire, I will be concerned. It does seem like it always goes back to anti-Semitism, doesn't it? Let's see. Heal the party. And just in case anyone watching this doesn't already realize that that kind of mindset is not welcome here. Did we do it? Did we do it? Did we defeat the Golden Hydra? Did we defeat the Golden Hydra? Boom! We did it! That Hydra went boom. Whoa! Man! That was awesome! That's what Barbarossa is saying here. I think we did that pretty effectively, didn't we? So if you'll recognize these individuals right here, these are the great generals, the surviving great generals. I got 200,000 potch/bits for that fight, huh? I'm glad that the rest of you had fun with the woe, too. So here are the great generals who've come. Of course, General McDole is not here because he made his son beat him to death with a stick. And here's a little bit of that, like, the reminder that they were human, they were friends. Here's Windy. She's scornful of him. Scar, that's funny. Wendy's not a good person. One might say Wendy's a bad person. That's kind of cool. Yes, that is it, Chrono. The most cursed rune. See, even the game agrees with me that the Soul Eater is the most of them, the worst of them to have. Evil, perhaps, but cursed, yes. I think that's a good point. There are no souls that, like, Wendy does not have anyone close to her for the Soul Eater to feed on. Alright, Chrono. So he was able to resist her power and her control. So she thinks that she's been controlling him with the same kind of rune that she used to control so many of the generals. Is the Sovereign Rune a true rune? I thought it was just a powerful rune, but I didn't think it was a true rune. Oh, is it? Okay. If you'll recall, she resembles his dead wife, Claudia, and that's the running theory earlier in the game as to why he seems to be under her sway. But that's not the case. I think playing this game when I was younger, something about this didn't fully resonate or register as much as perhaps I think it should have. That he falls in love with her. And she can't understand or accept. I mean, she and Langnot are the only survivors of their village, their people having been exterminated, and so she has lost herself to hatred. She hates others so intensely, she's willing to kill anyone and anything to get power, including her sister, who's functionally speaking all she has left. And here's somebody who says, I loved you and I threw my empire away and everyone that I ever loved because I loved you and I wanted to find a way to make you not sad. And this is something that people do. You know, I've known people who are repeatedly drawn to very damaged, tragic, you know, broken women. It's largely men who are drawn to women. And there's kind of this desire to be a knight in shining armor, to be able to make her no longer sad and no longer afraid. Because sometimes I'm like, what on earth does he see in her? And it's like, oh, she's tragic. Even though she's an awful, horrible person who is absolutely destructive and terrible and has irreparably damaged everyone who's come in contact with her, you know, destroyed the lives of the children in her care, you know, torn her family apart. Not that I'm thinking of anyone in particular, but I'm absolutely thinking of someone in particular. Also, hello Swag fam, thank you for rating. We are talking through unhealthy relationships and the end of Suikoden 1. But hey, can I risk saying something that might make my family really upset? One of the reasons why I'm not close to my dad anymore is because, he married my stepmother. And, that was... And I've asked myself again and again, how is it that he would wind up married to someone who has so actively attacked his own children and, you know, been so cruel and unkind to other people? And it's really easy to be like furious at my father for choosing somebody who hurts other people over his own children. But as awful as the ramifications of that have been for me personally, and as much as I disagree violently with my father on a political level, the reason why is because she is sad. She's had really sad and awful things happen to her, and he wants to make that better. And none of it is right. Like, it's not the right thing to do, on a bunch of levels for a lot of things that are too personal for me to go into here. But ultimately, like, part of what's so frustrating about it is because there's harm being done, but the motivation is love, and that's a hard thing to reconcile. And that's what's going on here. You know, love can drive people to do terrible things and to excuse other people's actions. Well, but she's so sad and so hurting. She just needs someone to be kind to her. The number of people who I've known who have had traumatic, abusive childhoods and terrible experiences, and you want to say, you know, somebody needs to be kind to them, and so sure, what they're doing or saying isn't acceptable, but it's because it's coming out of their pain. And if you can just be good to them and kind to them and show them that the world isn't out to get them, and that you can lead by example, that the world can be kind to them, maybe they'll get over it. You know, maybe they'll be able to move past that and heal, and they'll be the good person you see inside of them. And I've done that a lot. I've thrown myself again and again and again on the jagged, spiky, you know, I've thrown myself off the cliff onto the jagged rocks of somebody else's damage again and again and again and again. 'Cause ultimately that's not going, that doesn't, you can't fix a person with love. You can't. Ultimately, they have to take responsibility, and they have to want to change. Wendy has, without question, without a doubt in my mind, she has suffered greatly. You know, she has every reason to be angry and to be hurt. She has been wronged. She has lost. But you have to stop the cycle. And this is one of the things that I have talked about so many times on my streaming, and I will continue to say this as long as I have a platform. Abuse and violence are cyclical. They happen in cycles, whether it's in interpersonal relationships with children growing up and passing along the damage that was given to them earlier in life, or the systemic violence and oppression in society. It's a cyclical thing, and it has to be broken out of, whether it's choosing to stand up and say, you know, what happened to me wasn't right, and I need to make sure nobody suffers like that again, and it stops with me. Or trying to fight the injustices that you see on a broader scale. You have to consciously commit to breaking the cycle of violence. And abusers are almost always people who were abused. It's almost always that cycle. And that is relevant to this game. And I know that I harp on that with everything, you know, Earthbound and Mother 2, Mother 3. I've had a lot to say about it. Lots and lots and lots of games have made me talk about this, because if there is one thing that I want to get people to think about and talk about and face and confront, is that cycle. Is owning up to your own complicity in it. If you are making excuses for yourself, saying, well, I'm traumatized and I'm hurt and therefore the world needs to be kind to me, I'm not saying that you should feel bad or hate yourself. Like, there's a middle ground there that sometimes I think we have a hard time seeing. And I'm not saying that, but I am saying, like, the solution isn't that the world owes you. The solution is complicated, but part of it has to do with loving yourself and not standing for bad treatment, but also recognizing what in you needs to change. You know, if you, whether because of how you were raised or experiences that happened when you were, you know, forming in your developmental years, as a teenager, as a young adult, you know, if you were hurt and made prickly and had to fashion an armor of spikes for yourself, like, that kept you alive, and that's very important, and it served its purpose for that. But then as an adult, stepping outside of those experiences, it is on you to recognize that you are wearing armor made of spikes and that you are harming the people around you. And, you know, KonMari, that coping mechanism, it kept you alive. Thank you. Thank you, coping mechanisms, for making it so that I can make it to today. But I no longer need to do that anymore, you know? And the past several years for me in particular, I've had to do a lot of coming to terms with soul searching. I talked about, anyone who stuck around for my Night in the Woods stream, I talked a lot about feeling like a monster, like there was a monster inside of me, and I hated myself so intensely. And I don't know if you folks could see it, but for years while I was streaming, it was in there, and I hated myself for being a monster. I thought that I was a monster that had fooled people into thinking that I was a good person because I so desperately wanted to be a good person. I'm not a monster. I'm just a person. I can effectively hurt people with words because I understand people well, for the exact same reasons why I can be good to people and kind to people and understand what they need. Thanks. And like, I had to realize that, like, I have control over my actions, and wanting to be a good person actually counts, and everybody has in them this capacity for cruelty, and I had to kind of reconcile it and take all of these pieces and come to a healthier place with them all. And I'm just, I don't know. Maybe this isn't where I should be going with this ending of Suikoden 1. But Wendy isn't, I mean, Wendy is pretty blandly evil in some ways, and that she's just bad and evil and she wants revenge. But because of the way that it comes from the truly horrible things that happened to her, makes it more human. And what we see here is Barbarossa recognizing there is sadness underneath it. It's not just evil for the sake of evil. She is a wounded soul who wants everyone to suffer as she has suffered, but he sees the suffering in her eyes and falls in love with that and decides that he wants to try to erase that sadness. And that is coming from a good place. Of course, he winds up sacrificing many lives and making many terrible decisions because of it. But that's fundamentally what's happening here. And she does not believe that he could possibly love her, because she certainly doesn't love herself. And I really genuinely believe that one of the best ways in which to stop the fear and pain and anger that can drive us to be a little bit like Wendy is to learn, and this is going to sound cheesy, but come on, you're at Lauren's streams. I'm gonna be cheesy, and I believe it fully. Like, you do have to love yourself too, and believe that you are worthy of love from yourself and from others, because you have to have something stable to hold on to, which Wendy doesn't. And I think that if you don't put love in there, you can kind of lose control to the anger. And I think that, I don't know, even if you can't love yourself for your own sake, even if you don't see the value of that, understand that applying love can help manage and heal some of the pain. So yeah, and that is a very, very good quote, Blue Glass, and Chrono, thank you for quoting it. So you've noticed that his telling her that he loved her, and her, not that she looked like, not that she was controlling him, not that he thought that she looked like his dead wife, but he saw in her a wounded soul and fell in love with that soul and wanted to help her. She's lost her fight. She doesn't know how to respond to that. And he has accepted, he's embraced in a way that he is like, this is the penalty for what he's done, is that he will be defeated. And we didn't beat him to death. Sonia here, meanwhile, is concerned. Everyone is a little concerned. What is going to happen here? They're recognizing that he said, you're going to, like, what will you do without me? Think about it. Like think about, make a good kingdom. So he's conceding. We did not deliver the final blow to him. Yeah, Chrono, that's part of why I just unleashed everything I had, because I knew that Wendy was not the final boss. So even as a kid playing this game for the first time, I found I found the fact that Barbarossa takes Winty and jumps with her to be a very effective and powerful and surprising ending. I did not see that coming. It's built too nicely. They build to it nicely, though. He was wearing full armor and jumped off several floors, but also remember he did have, like, she had a true rune, he had a sword with a true rune. Some stuff's going on. The end of the Emperor and the end of the Empire. Alright. We need to get out of here. Perhaps Greg Minster was holding together because of him. The generals are in shock. Yeah, like Winty lets him. She's in shock that he loved her, and therefore she lets him hold on to her, and she lets him do that. And so it's like, in a way, that like moment of love is the moment of grace that saves them. And I think that's really cool. Like, I think that's a really, really neat, effective, emotional story experience. So, and yeah, they have established, they've established at that point that her rune doesn't work on him. Yeah. Don't be ridiculous, Victor. Victor, whatever. They would be calling him Tyr if this were my save. Fleck's like, yeah. Do you see what just happened? Did you hear the sound? Did you see that? Yes, Flick and Victor are both mandatory here. I don't know Duncan, Idaho. I love Flick too. He is a fantastic character. Well, Chrono, as the person who has not played this game, which option shall we pick for Flick? Can't leave him here. Rogue Riderhood, I appreciate your taste in games and characters. We're gonna loop this. Flick is a little intense. And yes, it is, Chrono. And yes, it is as popular as you think it is. Yes, Flick can go on the Drama Queen scale. He does belong on the Drama Queen scale. I don't know if I have it on this. I might have taken it off of, oh. Yeah, I have a Drama Queen scale for characters. Oh, that isn't very effective. That I use for other games. And Flick absolutely belongs on it. Let's see if we can go one more time. Okay, so he started looping. So we have no choice but to tell him to stay alive. You better do it, Flick. Rogue Riderhood, thank you. I love him and such good dialogue. We used it for Metal Gear Solid as well. So that, look, see, Victor survived that first round. Yeah, no, they're both hot-headed idiots, and I love them very much for it. And these guys have some issues early on, but they become very good friends. Uh-huh. They're fantastic. Speaking of banter and sass. Oh, Star Dragon Sword. Oh my god, Chrono. Probably. There's probably someone who does. So we, listening to the victorious music. Here is part of our army. So orange with such a ferocious mustache. Oh my god, if only we could get the Prismurga Uber spin-off, but alas, we'll just have to play Eiyuden and see if they slip in something like that for us. Pawn, are you being thoughtful? Oh. These two. Not relationship goals. Honestly, like, vengeance is really not... Vengeance doesn't really accomplish a whole lot, so I feel like this is the appropriate reaction to vengeance. I like that, Walter, yes. Humphrey, meanwhile, is true to form, has words to say. Yeah, no, I love these. Yeah, Clive is in one. There's not very much with him, but he is here. Don't forget, by the way, that Matthew was grievously wounded. If you had forgotten that, Chrono, let us remind you. And I think that's an important thing to hold on to, Matthew. I like that they linger on it for a moment, worrying until the end. Did I do the right thing? I think that there should always be a question in war and any violence. So when I was a kid, I didn't realize that Matthew died there. But did you notice that Futch and Humphrey left? Grumio is alive. So it's now the Tauran Republic. Yeah, I forgot these went so quickly. Yeah, the writing of these is not very clear because they're trying to figure out how to fit as like how to Japanese is much more concise as I understand it. So Pawn goes to go have a martial arts journey. I love the music in this game so much. And Leon is able to live the rest of his days. Well, maybe. The color of freedom. So you kind of get a sense that as much as these souls all united here, they, in many ways, they then part. Some of them rebuild like the new country. Some of them wander off. Matthew dying there at the end is actually really a lot. Oh, Sheena. Vigorous life. That's one way of putting it, I suppose. Vigorous. So, I will straight up say, some of these characters return in subsequent games, and so these endings may not be their actual ending. I mean, you've heard us reference like Vicky as a recurring character in the series. God, I love this song. I really want to do a cover of this one. So it's the ending is canon, but perhaps incomplete. this is the developers. And Sylvina finally figured out what she was supposed to do with the ring Carcass gave her. Murayama says that he cannot sing, so he's... Kryn is Kryn until the end. So apparently for Eiyuden, we all get, those of us who backed it, get to sing along with the ending credits, because that is also a Suikoden staple. I know 1 and 2 have the staff singing the end. I think the others do. 2? Some of them? So there's Murayama, if you hear us talking about him. Getting to know him a bit better through what he said during the Eiyuden Kickstarter was really it's really nice. And I have met him and shaken his hand and told him on behalf of the American fans, thank you for making Suikoden. It means so much to us all. So it remains one of my greatest memories. But you'll hear all about that when we play Suikoden 2 on stream. Yeah, so I love Final Fantasy VI, and it does have oh, Junko, yeah. No, it was very cool. And I sat at a table at dinner with the artist and designer and her husband, and we looked at pictures of our cats. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI. So that was the favorite game that I played through on stream. Miki Higashino, she's so amazing. Oh my god, I love her work. And I guess, like, it is more than just her. I feel like the second game is just her, or more just her. But yeah, I played the Final Fantasy VI on stream before this. It's one of my favorite games of all time, if not my favorite game of all time. And then we started playing through this one because I was like, everybody needs to play Suikoden 2, so we're going to do Suikoden 2 next. Which I actually like Suikoden 2 more than Suikoden 1. So the thing that I was upset about, that guide that spoiled, it goes through the characters when you get them, and it mentions Gremio dying, and he's like the 3rd character on screen. So yeah. So what did you think, Chrono? Did you like it? I've known people who like Suikoden 1 better than Suikoden 2, but they are vastly in the minority in my experience with the Suikoden fandom. Which I actually have a fair bit of experience, at least back in the day, with the Suikoden fandom. Which is funny because I don't know... Oh, lyrics. The chorus, they put down silly names. They didn't want to admit that they were the chorus. That's really cute. Yeah, Suikoden 1 is very, very helpful as the prequel to Suikoden 2. So, well, I'm glad that you had this experience sharing it with us, Chrono. And it's been nice having somebody who doesn't know the game that we can all get excited about. Like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? And yes, Sergeant Joe is fantastic, and I guess I'm going to have to play Suikoden 3 on stream so that you can see that. Sophie wants in. Hold on. We're going to finish this up. So that's nighttime. That's the entrance to Gregminster. If you didn't recognize it. Come on in, baby cat. Come on in. Yes, little girl. I'm so sorry, little one. I locked you out of my room and I couldn't hear you because the music was too loud. I have all of the manga for Suikoden 3, but I haven't actually finished reading it. But if you can tell from this this art and from the context of what happened, seeing them leaving, he's the president of the New Republic, and then you see him leaving Gregminster at night, and now he and Gremio are walking off into the sunrise. So you can kind of imply that maybe they slipped away. The manga does a really good job. Like, it does a fantastic job with Thomas's characterization. So I don't remember what it does with Sergeant Joe, but I imagine it's very good here. Sophie. It's okay, baby girl. She does not like being picked up when I'm at my computer. She can tell when I'm streaming, and she's just like, no. Or on video calls with folks. Sophie, come say hi. Say hi. Can you see her? Then you see what a baby you cannot? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Here is Sophie. Sophie, Sophie. Sophie. Sophie, 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 Sophie. She's a baby. Look at what a baby. Look at what a baby cat she is. She's a baby cat. She's a baby cat. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Are you a meow? So yeah, Suikoden. Oops, sorry, kitten. So what I had started saying, comparing this to Final Fantasy VI, is that Final Fantasy VI has a bittersweet ending to some degree. This game's ending is less bittersweet, but they make sure, choosing to have Mayhew die at the end, and you know, but you're kind of, with another game you might be like, no, they're not going to kill my strategist. It's Suikoden. They're absolutely going to let your strategist die. Good night, Dover. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate that you were able to make the end. We should be starting Suikoden 2 next week. It's one last way for them to reinforce the seriousness and the cost of war as everything is victorious, because things are very victorious around you. I mean, Flick and Victor may or may not make it out. But otherwise, it's a very victorious feeling experience. And they have that moment of like tragedy and solemnity with Mayhew. The fact that up until the end, his worry is not, I am dying. That's not even a consideration for him. His worry is, have I done wrong? We have won the war. But was it the right thing to do? Is it ever right to take a life? And perhaps one might say that is the message that the game writers want you to ask yourselves. And I know, like, glorifying violence in games has been kind of an issue that a lot of games since then have maybe not a lot, but that games since then have talked about. And I don't think that Suikoden was made as a like admonishment not to glorify violence in video games. But I do think that it's easy to get caught up in the like, woo, yay, we won, yay, we're gonna fight those bad guys, look at those numbers going down, our numbers beat their numbers, haha. And I think that specifically is something that they don't want you to take away from the game, even if you're like, yes, I'm victorious, this is cool. I think that they want you to remember the story that they've told and the cost of this war and of this victory. And so choosing for Mayhew to die then, I think, and having him ask those questions and having the game pause after he passes away, as if to make those questions linger in your mind, I think is part of what the game is trying to do. not as beat you over the head with a theme so much as like it's very clear that to me that the people who made this have thought long and hard about, is it ever the right thing to do to take a life? What does that mean? And if you choose to take a life, like what are the consequences of that? What do you lose? And what do you excuse? And what does that mean? And I think that the Suikoden series is largely very interested in questions like that. And we'll see more of that as we continue playing through the series. Except for maybe 4, which even 4 kind of digs into it some. I just can't take 4 seriously. It's just really not good. I'm sorry, it's just really not good. But yeah, I love these games so very much. And I would apologize for like stopping for like 25 minutes to talk about Windy and violence and abuse and trauma and stuff, except that that's literally what I do on stream all the time, and you're here, so presumably you're okay with that. So Suikoden 2 has plenty of things that we'll be talking about, I guess starting next week. So if somebody can help me figure out how we're going to do that. Yeah, I really want to play the Nier games. I really, really do. I know that they're going to be like putting my feelings through a meat grinder. But I mean, I played Crisis Core, and admittedly, Crisis Core was really funny in places. I feel like Nier is all tragedy all the time, as far as I can tell, and really brutal. But we'll see. I want to give it a try, because I do like the kinds of questions that he asks. Crisis Core is goofy, but it's also super tragic, and I spent so much time crying. And now I'm playing, on Thursdays, I'm playing Crisis Core 2. Final Fantasy VII I played back in the day, and I don't really remember it. So the Final Fantasy VII Remake is basically Crisis Core 2 for me. So that's been fun. Yeah, I want the sad robots in Automata. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, Rogue. I'm really enjoying it a lot. Okay, that's good to know, Squizgar. Okay, well, I was just at the Sector 7 pillar, so I was not crying with happiness last week. 2B and 9S. Non-S. Oh, that's really cute, Chrono. I appreciate that. I appreciate that wordplay. They did Rogue, and I'll be dealing with the aftermath. If you're free Thursday night, you're welcome to join us from 7 till 10 p.m. Eastern, when I will be talking a lot about feelings and dealing with the aftermath of that. Yeah, to be and not to be. That is the question. Well, we also have to squeeze in. I actually thought about bumping Suikoden 2 so that I could maybe play like Hades or Hollow Knight or something else that has feelings and or sass. But I think we're just going to jump right into Suikoden 2. If only because I don't know, I really like Suikoden 2. We can take a break with the rest of the Suikoden series, although I really, really want to play through 5 again, because I've only seen it once. Like, I played it with my ex-husband, and I think I missed sections of it, so I really want to see and experience it again. But I really, just Suikoden 2 I think is the best. So we're going to do Suikoden 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. Suikoden 2 starts with a bang. Oof. I'm going to give a content warning for the beginning of Suikoden 2. I think that's appropriate. I played the beginning of Suikoden 2 and I had to put it aside. And I was playing Final Fantasy VIII instead, and I wasn't enjoying it very much. And my sister was like, "Okay, you should probably pick Suikoden 2 back up. It's really, really, really good." And I was like, "That was a lot." And she's like, "I know, it is less that for a while. Like, it has that, but it's not all that." I was like, "Okay," because there's violence. There is deadly violence against young people on screen. So you have to be ready to handle that. And it's sprite based, but it is an upsetting situation. So I will give that content warning again when we start this next Tuesday. But I will say that now for anyone who has not experienced Suikoden 2 yet. So Chrono, and probably some of the rest of you, maybe lurkers, if you were choosing to come lurk with us, you are welcome. But I will give you that content warning that Suikoden 2 starts off with a bang in a way that was very, very upsetting to me when I first played it, and I stopped playing it until my sister told me to pick it back up again and promised that I would like it. And I felt it was very worth it. And I can absolutely handle it. But it's a lot. And it starts off that way. In this game, they kind of ease you into it, and you're kind of like, oh, it's corruption. Oh, wow, there's some bad stuff. Oh, wow, my friends are dying. But Suikoden 2's opening segment. Suikoden 2 goes darker than Suikoden 1, I think, in multiple ways. There are a few things maybe not so much. But largely, I would say it is a darker and more intense game. And so it lets you know right from the beginning. Yeah, there are some parts in it anyway. But it's really good. It's really, really good. If you want, we can handle around it carefully, and if anyone needs to tap out or have me kind of talk them through it, we can do that next week. It's not like it's traumatizing like Spec Ops: The Line is traumatizing, but it is a bit intense. So I will be mindful, because it is a game that I know well. I will be mindful of viewers' safety and comfort. So yeah, it's really good though. It's really good, and I don't feel like it really ever goes too far, and it's never gratuitous. I wouldn't say buckle up, Buttercup, but I would definitely say bring something, like, come prepared. And hopefully you will enjoy it as much as I love it. I think you'll, I know, how's this, Chrono? I know you can handle it because I've talked to you and I know the things that you like. I know that you like cozy stories, but can handle stories that aren't cozy. Suikoden is not cozy. But I think you'll be fine. Yeah, have something cute to hug. A mug of hot chocolate. Yes, as long as you're prepared for the non-coziness, so I'm letting you know. Granted, we did just play through Suikoden 1, so you have a sense of the fact that the Suikoden games are not a cozy series. They are not safe. But Suikoden 2 goes farther than Suikoden 1 did. It's very, very good. It's a game that I wish I could play through a better translation of, because the translators did the best they could. But as with many games, they had very little time, lots and lots of text, and went through as far as they could, as hard as they could, as well as they could. But there's a cat that yells honk. And one of the main characters' names is spelled like 4 different ways. But yeah, I don't think I said thank you to Rogue Riderhood for saying you might come by next week, but we would love to see you if so. Yeah, so it is, yes, Walter Scott. That's the most random of them, of all of the spellings. Yeah. So let's... Yes, in some ways. It is getting close to 11. To be fair, I started an hour late today because of my issues with saves and Gremio and things. Um, Thank you, MC. What did you drop into stream chat? Is this a thing that I should look at now or a thing I should look at later? Oh my god. Okay, yes. That is a screenshot of the honking cat. Unless you think I'm making that up. I'm not. It's one of those things that's memorable. So if somebody can come prepared with a recruitment guide for Suikoden 2, I will need it. But yeah. Next week we get to, oh man, so good. We're gonna just sit and listen to the music. Like, I love the music for this game, but I love the music for 2 so much more. Excellent. Good. All right. Well, we have our Suikoden team forming. Chrono will be there representing the people who don't know Suikoden. I mean, I won't need the guide first stream, but I will need the guide eventually. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead then and shut down. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I appreciate your patience with me with the technical difficulties. I appreciate you coming around to see, even though it's not a first playthrough, I appreciate you joining me for this. And I'm glad that I feel like I've made some new friends who also love Suikoden, and it's just nice. This is a series that's been deeply important to me so much for so much of my life, and I'm really happy to share it with people. So maybe I'll make some more Suikoden covers in the next little while, so look forward to that. All right, good night, folks. If you're not on the Discord, please feel free to join us on the Discord, and I will see you Thursday for the rest of Crisis Core 2, I mean Final Fantasy VII Remake, and who knows, maybe we'll do tarot streams or cooking streams or something on the weekend. There will be more streams in the future than there have been, so look forward to that. Good night, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later.